Space Shuttle Endeavour as it's coming in for a landing.
On June the 1st, 2011, Endeavour touched down at Kennedy Space Center after a 16-day mission to the International Space Station. On board was the last European who will ever travel by shuttle, Roberto Vittori from Italy. His homecoming marked the end of almost 3 decades of ESA's involvement with the shuttle program. NASA's revolutionary fleet of reusable space vehicles have launched a huge array of European hardware and helped its astronaut corps to become an established presence in orbit. The partnership began in 1983 when Ulf Merbold from Germany flew on the Space Shuttle Columbia. This was the first Spacelab mission, a joint project between ESA and NASA. Using a European-built pressurized laboratory module carried in the shuttle's cargo bay, astronauts demonstrated the ability to live and work in space. Over the next 5 years, a further 21 Spacelab flights were carried out, producing a wealth of scientific data. Shortly afterwards, ESA and NASA embarked upon an ambitious deep space mission together. The Ulysses robotic space probe was launched on board Space Shuttle Discovery in 1990. Using the gravitational field of Jupiter, this solar-powered spacecraft was catapulted into orbit around the Sun. The same year saw the launch of the Hubble Space Telescope. Like Ulysses, this was another joint mission between ESA and NASA. And once again, the shuttle played a major role. Since its launch on board Discovery, Hubble has been visited by 4 shuttle crews on servicing missions. The most famous of these is the STS-61 mission, when a crew which included ESA astronaut Claude Nicollier carried out a hugely complex series of adjustments to correct a fault in the telescope's main mirror. Throughout the 1990s, the shuttle continued to be invaluable to the European astronaut corps, with several of its astronauts traveling into orbit with NASA as mission specialists. Amongst these was French astronaut Jean-François Clairvoy, who flew on board the shuttle 3 times, notably visiting the Russian space station Mir during a 9-day Atlantis mission in 1997. A year later, construction work began on the most ambitious space project so far, the International Space Station. Europe's first astronaut to enter the station, Umberto Guidoni from Italy, was part of the STS-100 Endeavour crew which installed the Canadarm2. The second of ESA's multi-purpose logistics modules, called Raffaello, was also a passenger on board this flight, carrying supplies to the space station and removing waste. From logistical systems to major structural components, NASA's space shuttles have been deployed to ferry most of ESA's contributions to the ISS. The largest of these is the Columbus Laboratory, which was hauled into space by Atlantis in 2008. This made ESA a full partner in the ISS, with its proper module attached and the capacity to carry out its long-term experimental program in microgravity. Another of ESA's major contributions is the cupola. Launched on board Endeavour in 2010, this is an observation and control tower which gives crew members a breathtaking view of our planet. Between them, the shuttles Endeavour, Atlantis and Discovery have carried 9 ESA astronauts to the space station, sharing the workload with the Russian Soyuz module. These flight opportunities have been in exchange for European hardware contributions to the station, as well as the logistics role carried out by the Automated Transfer Vehicle, or ATV, a self-propelled vehicle which can carry up to 7 tons of supplies into orbit. The last flight of Endeavour, with Roberto Vittori on board, carried a space science module called the Alpha Magnetic Spectrometer to the ISS. Now only 1 shuttle flight remains, the last Atlantis mission, before the work of these legendary spacecraft is done. ESA will then rely on the Soyuz module to transport its astronauts, and the ATV to carry hardware and supplies. As the space station partners look forward to a bright future in orbit, There's no doubt about the huge contribution that the shuttle has made, or its role in bringing Europe to the cutting edge of the space industry.